So now you know how we get the reference of the element using getByText. There is also another way and method to get the reference in the test, and that method is getByTestId method. Let's practically see it. So here in this code, instead of getByText method, I will use getByTestId. Now in the parameter of this method, we have to pass the ID, that is the name of the element, which is given with an attribute called data-testid. Now if you save, it is going to show you the error. Because we have to give the test ID to the element. So let's assign the test ID. I will go to the counter.js and let's assign the attribute data-testid. And here I give CNT as ID. So CNT is the ID through which we can access this element. And now here I will use the same CNT. This is the CNT which is referred. Now let's save this and you see that the test is running successfully. So instead of getByText, I'm using the getByTestId, and you must know that data-testid is the attribute you have to give if you want to follow this method. Now let's talk about relative questions, and the question is, how will you use the getByTestId method? Or the same question is like, explain the data-testid attribute. So basically getByTestId is a method which helps you to get the element reference, provided that you have given the data-testid attribute inside the HTML. Like here in this H3 we have given data-testid, so that becomes the ID for that element. So when you use the getByTestId, it gets you the element reference like getElementById method.